I know, a physical media haul and an anti-haul in the same day. I feel like it's a good thing because I was sitting there and I was going, I don't really have enough movies that I'm getting rid of for an anti-haul. That means that majority of the movies from my collection that I've watched recently, I've liked. I feel like it's good. I'm also combining these because one of the movies that I got in my haul went immediately to the anti-haul pile and I haven't even talked about it to you yet. So that's why I'm combining the two videos today. We've got our haul pile here, which does include a shirt. Actually, I was gonna say two shirts actually, but the other one you already saw in my vlog from Mission Inn. And then this is the anti-haul pile. There will be a fourth movie in this, but we gotta talk about it in the haul first. But if you're new here, oh my god, how rude of me. Didn't introduce myself. So I am the daughter of Satan, his favorite daughter, some might say the Antichrist, here at your service. And before I decide to bring on the apocalypse, I just really wanted to talk about horror movies with the good people of Earth. That's why I have my channel Haunted Hippie, so subscribe over there, it's linked down below. This is my second channel where I like to go on spooky outings, big shocker, and I also like to talk about physical media. So if that sounds good to you, then click subscribe, join our little cult. We would love to have you. We would also love if you clicked the like button and the notification bell, that way you never miss our next meeting. I post videos 3 times a week, once over on the main channel, once to this channel, and also a third bonus video on the Patreon, so you can check that out too. But let's get into this video. So first up, I want to show you this shirt because it's so cute. I have found, voila, a Nightmare on Elm Street shirt. I didn't own anything Nightmare on Elm Street related before besides that striped sweater. It's like a green and red sweater. So it honestly could pass for Christmas time, but it is a Freddy sweater. Now I've got an actual like comfy cozy. It feels old and vintage, but it's not. Comfy cozy, perfect for videos, Nightmare on Elm Street shirt. And this is perfect because I think it's been over 2 years now since I've re-ranked the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Sinful. I need to show that franchise to my partner, obviously, so maybe I'll do that soon. It has that sort of Goodwill smell that clothes sometimes have. I got it at an antique shop though, but it's not even vintage, so how dare. But you know how clothes start to smell funky when you store them for a while? That's kind of what it smells like. But that's pretty much what all my clothes smell like because I get them all secondhand, so who cares? And if you missed it, if you missed the Mission Inn vlog and you didn't see the shirt that I found there, let me show you really quick. Look at it, it's Scooby-Doo like. I'm obsessed with it. I've been wearing it almost every day. I've already had to wash it like 4 times. This is my new favorite shirt and I'm just so in love with it, so I wanted to show it off for a second time. Anyway, let's now get into this physical media. The other day I found this comedy that I've been wanting to watch for a long time. It stars our horror king Justin Long. It also has Jonah Hill and I don't know, some other kind of famous early 2000s people. Oh my god, I think that's Blake Lively. Oh, wow. And this is also an old Blockbuster DVD, complete with an old advertisement. What is this? 2 for $2. Back in my day, you could get 2 Cokes for $2. I'm talking about this like I even know what soda costs these days. I don't drink it. This one was just a double whammy because it has been on my watch list for a while. I'd forgotten that it existed, but then I was like, oh yeah. And also it's an old Blockbuster DVD, so I had to have it. Next up, I'll talk about the physical media that I got while I was in Riverside when we visited the Mission Inn, which check out that vlog, by the way. It was so much fun. I was running around a haunted hotel. Like, come on now. You probably saw it in the thumbnail and when I picked up the stack, so I'll show you this first, but I found Halloween H2O on VHS. It was $10, which is very pricey for a VHS. However, it is Halloween H2O and I feel like it was kind of a rare find. You do find things like, you know, I found Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I found Dirty Dancing, I found the Star Wars saga. That was upside down, I'm sorry. And you get those other titles for really reasonable prices. You know, I think that I got that entire Star Wars collection of the 3 VHS tapes for like $6 or something. But horror, I think, is truly in its own league. People that love horror, they don't get rid of their stuff. People that love horror, they're on a whole other level of collecting. I do feel like this was kind of worth the $10 because it is a rarity. And I love Halloween H2O. I can't wait to eventually watch it on this VHS tape. Oh, and that I found at the big antique store where I found that Scooby-Doo shirt. And then I also found, yes, the Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. I'm so psyched for this. This is a movie that I definitely would want to own on DVD. I did pay $5 for it, which just like, it's too much. But it does say DVD plus CD. This is something that I don't think I've actually seen before. This is possibly the most Y2K thing I've ever found in terms of physical media. Oh, it was jumping out. Oh, and it still has the booklet in it. What's in here? Oh my god. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh my god. No way. This would be so good if I do a Blair Witch Project deep dive. It's a little information booklet. I was not expecting that. This one says Blair Witch Crafts, a free Blair Witch computer game fun. Oh my god, and the Blair Witch merch. This was a big deal, huh? There were also Blair Witch games in here. Wow, they were just advertising literally everything. They were milking this first movie with the release of the second one, huh? Well, that's really cool. I love when people leave these things in the DVD case. They almost always do. And then it looks like it's also a CD. So one side is the DVD side, the other side is CD. There are a couple special features, including audio commentary by the director. And then on the CD side, look how much music is there. Look at that. This is incredible. Worth the $5, okay? Then we also stopped at a Goodwill in Riverside, and I found Charlie's Angels. A little while back, this has to have been several months ago now at this point, I found the sequel to Charlie's Angels on DVD, and I bought it having never seen the first one or the second one. And I bought it just because I was like, you know what? I will find the first one eventually, I'm sure. I'll find it on secondhand. I'll find like the similar edition. Lo and behold, I did. I found another special edition that has all of the special features on it, just like on the sequel that I found. Speak it into the universe and ye shall receive. Maybe I'll include this in my new series over on my main channel, my I Finally Watched series, because I just can't believe I've never seen this. Scott and I also recently stopped by one of the Goodwills that we don't typically go to because it's kind of out of our way. It's not really in our area, but there's always good stuff there. I found 2 incredible titles. First of all, I found Frankenweenie. I found it on Blu-ray, on a sleeved Blu-ray, no less. This is one of my favorite Tim Burton movies of all time. It's one of my favorite stop motion movies of all time. I also knew on some level eventually that I would find it. I love this movie so much, you guys. Some shots from it are even inspiration for my upcoming short film. Donate to that. The GoFundMe is linked down below, by the way. I love that it's in black and white. I love that it's a love letter to our dead pets. I love everything about it. I was so excited to find it. On a similar note, speaking of, I guess, children's content. Now, class, say it with me. What is the franchise that keeps on giving? What is the franchise that I consistently find on Clippy DVDs? I'll give you a hint. It was on a shirt at the top of this video. I found Scooby-Doo's Creepiest Capers on a Clippy DVD. I just don't understand how I keep finding so much Scooby-Doo stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even really know what this is. I don't know if this is a movie or if it's a collection of episodes, because it doesn't have episodes listed, but there are a ton of special features though. It says, join the spook-busting, case-cracking, snack-munching fun as Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. gang gear up for 4 of their most frightening adventures ever. So I think that there's 4 different episodes in here, but it doesn't list them out. Whatever, who cares? I found more Scooby-Doo stuff. I think we're just living in the era of people getting rid of these Scooby-Doo DVDs. I don't know what else could explain it, but I find them in different locations too. Lastly, for the haul section of this video, I found these 3 DVDs at the same time in the same location. They are all horror movies that I had never heard of before. I was like, perfect, I'm gonna find me a hidden gem. First up, we have a movie called It Waits. I'm pretty sure I looked this up and I think I saw that only a handful of people had rated it on Letterboxd, like maybe 50 people or something. To be fair, I looked up all 3 of these and I could very well be mixing these numbers up. But this one is about a vengeful beast of Native American legend. Okay, red flag, yellow flag. Sealed deep within a cave for over 1,000 years. Nearby in a remote forest outpost, troubled young ranger Daniel St. Clair is struggling to confront dark demons of her own. But when the creature is accidentally released from its secret tomb, Danny's inner conflicts meet a flesh and blood nightmare. I'm always down for a creature feature, especially because this one I'm pretty sure involves like some cool creature acting. I always need inspiration for that. This also has audio commentary with the director and the star Serena Vincent, and there is a featurette in here. I believe this came out in 2004. That is the date that's listed on the back of this DVD. Maybe it'll be a winner, maybe it'll go straight to the anti-haul pile, who knows. Next up, we have a vampire movie called Night Junkies. This one is supposedly very sultry, sexy, bloody, disturbing. It also takes place in London, and just judging by the look of it, I'm like, maybe there's potential for it to be a vibe. This also was an old Blockbuster DVD, if you took notice of that. Some weird straight-to-video stuff that's just flown flown under the radar ever since. Look, this one's got, it even has the Blockbuster thingy in it. So that was another reason why I had to get it, obviously. Looks like this one came out in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. The last DVD that I found, though, this one came out in like 1980 or 1981. 1980 it says, and it is called Don't Go in the House. This is one that like nobody had watched on Letterboxd, if I remember correctly, or you know, it just was a very, very, very cult classic. Not a classic, but just like nobody's seen it. That's my point. This also, coincidentally, is the first movie of my anti-haul pile. This movie, I can understand wanting to watch it sort of for the ambiance and the charm that it is, you know, as early 80s as you can get. However, I found it really, really boring. I couldn't really keep up with it. It didn't maintain my attention. It never even grabbed my attention in the first place. So that was a bummer, but because this seems to be a really rare, weird movie, I will be listing it on my Poshmark. Check it out. There's so much stuff on my Poshmark. And also something that I haven't let you know before, if you put things together in a bundle, like you can put things in a bundle and you can send me an offer, and if you bundle things, I'll hella discount you. Because I like just really want to get rid of this stuff, you know? I want to make sure that it's going to a home of somebody that actually cares. Normally I just donate things, but then you guys made a stink about it that, you know, you wanted a lot of the stuff that I showed off. So go check it out. There's a lot of it on Poshmark, and this will be one of them, one of these kind of mystery titles. I was bummed. I really was hoping to find a hidden gem with this one, but sadly not. The rest of the ones I'm getting rid of, I know that a handful of people will not be pleased about, but lucky you, then you can buy them if you want them so bad. First up, we have the Neon Demon. This was sent to me by a subscriber, I think like over 3 years ago now, and I was like, how have I not heard of this? It has Elle Fanning in it. The cast is actually pretty stacked. Not with anybody major, but just names that you know, especially like Jenna Malone, Hunger Games, hello. Keanu Reeves is also there for a second, and it's very confusing to me why. I'll probably talk about this more on my main channel, but this just was such a hollow, like, wannabe feminist movie. It had the exact same vibe as Alex Garland's Men. The point just was fully missed, you know? I had been told that this was sort of the menu of the fashion industry. This was nothing meaningful to me. I really, really disliked it, so I have to disagree with that. So away she goes, but she can be yours if you want. Next up, I'm so bummed that I didn't enjoy this movie. We have the Arrow Video edition of The Bird with the Crystal Plumage by Dario Argento. I was so looking forward to this because I am trying to keep up with watching at least one Italian horror movie a month. One Italian horror movie a month and then one other international horror film a month, because I really just need to start branching out. We're getting to that point. So I was super pumped to watch this because I also recently watched Demons and was just raving about that on my main channel. This one, I loved the opening. The first, I want to say 10 minutes, I was super gripped by it and I was like, oh, where is this going? This is great. What a great premise. And then it really fell flat and I got so bored. I realized that I just didn't care about any of the characters. I wasn't really into the whole police investigation situation of it all. Because some giallos, I feel like that's not as heavy of an element. In this one, it definitely was. And I just wasn't really that interested in the twist. Usually in giallos, there's like a bunch of twists, but I'm talking about like the main one, you know? I don't regret watching it. Like, you know, it was fine, but I think for me, I'm totally satisfied with this being a one-time watch. And lastly, I think this is the highest rated movie that I am getting rid of. We have The Fisher King, directed by Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam? No, I get this wrong every time. I'll look up how to pronounce it later. I can't be asked right now.
Terry Gilliam.
This is also the Criterion Collection edition, so naturally there are like a bunch of special features on it. This is one of the best editions that you can find. It also stars Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges. This, I think, is most people's favorite Terry Gilliam movie. Not me, though. That would be Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I understand the appeal because the very last scene of this movie kind of made me rethink everything, and I was like, wait, did I just have a wonderful whimsical time? But really, I didn't, and I think my main issue was just that the bar is in hell for hetero romance. I can't stomach to watch that again. I don't want to. I wasn't interested while I was watching it. I was very, very frustrated. I wanted to scream at both of the women in this movie like, do better! Boo! And honestly, that's like the only reason why I really don't want to revisit it. Also, something about the vibe of it. Terry Gilliam is just kind of hit or miss. I think the other movie of his that I've seen is Brazil with what's his name? Oh god. Bruce Willis Willis with Bruce Willis. Yeah, that's the other one I've seen, and the vibes sometimes are a little bit too off for me with his movies. In Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, they're off in the best ways, but with this and with Brazil, I was kind of like, eh. Neither of them do I regret watching though. I just am comfortable only watching them the one time. And that is gonna do it, everybody. So this is the list of movies that I'm getting rid of, and then here we have the stack of the haul. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, like I said, you can check out all my social media and my other channels listed down below. You can donate to the GoFundMe for my next short horror film if you feel so inclined. More than anything, I just hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye!